and all other judges that have critiqued me over the years that made me get better.
Okay, so the first call out, the athletes at the rear of the pack, 10 to 16 or thereabouts. Usually the top 16 are placed, and then there are a few competitors that don't get placed, that lose out. I don't know how many competitors are actually competing this year. Probably less than usual due to the circumstances. First impressions of Antoine looks really, really good. I think there's a good argument for him to place higher if he can add a little bit more mass over the next few years. Regan Grimes still looks too slim, just still looks really, really slender. And Joan Morel seems to have been downsized considerably, nowhere near as dense or as thick as he once was. So this next call out, probably that 7 to 10 to 11 mark. Dexter's still got it, he still looks good. You know, quite lean, a little bit washed out in the midsection. That's been a problem for a while now. A trophy on the left arm. I would say that, I'm not sure how to pronounce his name, Lane or Ian. Probably the strongest of the pack here. Looks the most dense and conditioned as well. But Hunter looks pretty impressive too. So moving on to the third call out. Top 6 here. Exactly the same as the top 6 during pre-judging. So nothing's changed. Bonac, Hadi, Ramy, Phil, Brandon and Akim. It's a shame we've got the camera angles here. They don't really show the top 6 together, so you can't compare athletes in the top 6 call-out. I mean, it's ridiculous, really. So it just focuses on a few athletes at a time, and it's very difficult to make any comparisons as a consequence of that. First impressions for me, I don't think Phil is still as conditioned as he needs to be. I think he needed to make considerable changes and come in a lot sharper. I just don't think he's done that. I think he loses too much mass to Ramy on most of the shots. While he doesn't have many weaknesses apart from the abs, I just think the overall size, the disparity is too large now, and he's not as conditioned as he would usually be. And that makes a big difference. If he came in harder and drier, and was the most conditioned guy there, okay, you could make an argument for him taking that top spot. But, as it stands, I mean, look at that pose from the side. It's just unbelievable. Ramy takes side tricep. Ramy takes the abs and thighs for sure. Unfortunately, Phil has the worst abs and thighs out of the top 6 easily. Most muscular. Phil looks really good, obviously. I think Ramy should just stick to the crab pose. Yeah, it looks awesome on the crab pose. Really, really impressive. So we move on to the top 4 now. Hopefully a little bit easier to compare. And we're looking at Brandon Curry, Hadi, Phil and Ramy. So William Bonac has moved out of the top 4. I'd say William Bonac's probably 5th and Kim's 6th for sure. And in my opinion, Brandon Curry is actually behind Hadi. I think Hadi just trumps him. Thicker legs, more density in his muscle mass, just looks grainier and thicker. Looks more impressive. Ramy looks incredible from the side. I've never seen side cuts like that on a fight. Look incredible. Super impressive. And Phil usually dominant from the back. I just don't think he's as dominant as he would usually be. There's even an argument for him not taking this pose, which is absolutely his signature pose usually. But Ramy is conditioned and has the size on him. Glutes and hamstrings are conditioned nicely. Can't see Phil's separation between the glutes and hamstrings at all. I don't know if he's not oiled enough or he's just not sharp enough. A combination of the two, more than likely. But unfortunately, he loses too much size to compare to Ramy. He's not conditioned enough. If he came in sharper, easily the leanest guy on the stage, then I think you can make an argument for him winning, because he doesn't have any weak points other than the waist. It's pretty flawless, really, as Ramy still has holes in his physique. But I just think the size is too hard to get over, and Ramy's well conditioned. So Brandon Curry just fading away big time. He's just not even in the. In my eyes at all, really. As I'm drawn to the stage, my eyes are straight onto Ramy. I think Brandon needs to move over to the side and let Hadi in. I just think he's absolutely smashing him. Brandon Curry's legs are just way too small. There's too much disparity in their leg size to make up. He needs to be more conditioned to kind of overcome that, and he's not. He's let it slip. He hasn't done enough. He's just let it slip. As simple as that. He needs to be a lot sharper to overcome that leg size. Really kind of soft looking. Even when he was quite sharp, he's still soft looking, like in his arms. Just doesn't look grainy and hard like some of the other competitors. So this is the top four repositioned. And we've actually got Hadi in the middle. As I mentioned, I just think he looks more impressive, a more aesthetic physique. His legs really overpower Brandon Curry's, and I think he's deserving of that third place. Very, very impressive. Great midsection as well. Some of the best abs on stage. Great intercostals and obliques. Physique just flows nicely. So for me, at the moment as it stands, I think Ramy is leading the way. I don't think Phil is as conditioned as he needs to be, especially in the lower body. He looks better, in the upper body from the side and front, but lacking conditioning in the lower body and the back as well. Ramy beats him in size, and he's probably as conditioned as him. Phil Heath needs to be more conditioned, in my opinion. Back double bicep, I think probably Phil takes it just from that shot there. Rear lat spread, Ramy takes it. Abs and thighs, Ramy. Most muscular, that's a 50-50. Side tricep, Ramy. Side chest, probably Phil. Front lat spread, Ramy. Double bicep, probably Ramy. It's tight. I just think that waist, it really does hurt Phil on some of those poses. If he could get his waist tight, there's an argument for him winning the side tricep. But then his outside of his thighs, you can see from this shot, is nowhere near as conditioned as it needs to be. I mean, look at the chest and shoulders, though. They're incredibly dense, far denser even than Ramy's. But just lacks that conditioning from the side leg, and that really hurts him because his waist isn't as sharp as it needs to be. So it's a shame, really. It does hurt him for sure on a lot of the poses. My top four: Ramy, Phil, Hadi, and then Brandon Curry with Bonac and Hakim in sixth. That's my predictions, and we'll see what happens next.
The Conqueror,
William the Conqueror.
You are correct.
William.
Well, Rich, you did.
Hadi Choopan.
Okay, guys.
All
right.
We were right on that.
Phil Heath.
Gentlemen.
Wow.
And that shoe just dropped.
To our winner.
I see their face.